Now we've talked about a whole bunch of stuff, dealing with uncertainty and forecasting and predicting the future and scenarios. I mean, how are you applying this in your business? Start with you, Mike.
Yeah, so for me personally, most of my bread and butter income was working conferences, speaking live at events pre-COVID, and that fell off a very steep cliff. Gave me plenty of time to write a book, which was kind of handy. So that's a good example, I suppose. It's like, what can I do productively right now that keeps me useful and in view to the kinds of markets that I speak to? And writing a book was a good option. Not very often that you get that amount of time available. And then, we've adapted a lot in terms of being able to coach and speak and run workshops online, which has led us to a more global audience than we had before, which is fantastic. And, now we're looking at how do we blend those methodologies now that we're back to live and face-to-face. How do we blend some of that stuff for greatest effect? For me, it's a constant learning about how can we hone the craft and then use the tools available to greater effect.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. I mean, you're writing a book. That's a great example, isn't it?
We live in a very dynamic environment. So we compete globally, and we work with accounting firms and businesses all over the world. We've got competitors popping up all the time. So we practice always what we preach. We're right at the end of it's close to 3 years project to build a new piece of software. What the world looked like 3 years ago is very different to what the world looks like today. Unfortunately, it kind of needs what we're doing even more. But as an example of how we do this, we recognise that launching this new bit of software, it's a cloud thing, gave us a chance to kind of rethink the entire organisation. So 18 months ago, we spent tons of time thinking about what's going to happen in the next month or two. So we planned 18 months ago how our business changes, how our process changes, how our people and skill sets need to change in order to adapt and thrive in a cloud-based world within a desktop product. It might sound like just a platform change, but in fact, being a cloud product gives us an incredible new set of data, which then dictates a whole new way of operating. It also opens us up globally to a whole lot of new customers and new types of interest that we need to serve. So we planned that 18 months ago. We spent lots of time, about 3 months, really getting every team in the business thinking about documenting down to the detail. What I've found over the years is it's nice to have motherhood statements. Yes, we want to do this, we'd like to do that. Until you get stuff on paper, which is who's going to do what and what does it look like, until we get down to the detail, it's not really planned. So we practice that regularly. We're also in a situation where as a tech organisation, we are filled with ideas. There's more ideas than we'll ever get to do. And so we're constantly assessing roadmaps, assessing horizons, and listening deeply to our customers and our non-customers. So we're always assessing what do we do next. For me, it's super exciting to be able to live this stuff day by day. And yes, we have a financial forecast. I have a deep faith that if we keep doing things the right way, the finances in the end will look after themselves. As long as we know we're solvent and we've got enough cash to keep running, it's a great exercise.